Welcome to the Stacking Spines podcast. We're your host. I'm Emily.
And I'm Brittney.
And we are here to chat books and motherhood and life.
What's up?
So what's new?
Nothing much. Just same old, same old. I mean, my dad came to visit, so I had a little bit of a different weekend, but he left today, so
Yeah.
still living the baby life. He is popping a tooth. It's like the tiniest little thing coming out of his gum. So He is a drool monster right now.
Oh, yeah. Drooly.
Yeah. What about you?
I got chicks.
You did get chicks.
I almost thought about recording. Well, I did think about it, but I didn't do it. But I thought about recording over there at my mom's so I could show you the chicks, like one at a time.
Oh, they're at your mom?
We could pick names. So they are over there right now. Okay. Just they're so tiny, and they're in I probably should have brought them here, but I was not trying to force more animals on my husband. So my parents have a spare bedroom that I've been keeping them in for now. So I just go over like once or twice a day and check on them, clean their little pasty butts.
So you had 12 and now you have 11?
Okay, so we have 11. So one of them I noticed was like leaning when she was sitting. It was like one of our favorites. We named her Midnight. She was the tiniest one. She was all black. She grows like this breed grows up to be like a beautiful all black chicken. Mm-hmm. With like a nice like shine to them. And she was like acting funny with one of her feet. And so I was like, okay, I don't know if she has splay leg where they like go out to the side and like their tendons are so tiny, like they can't stand. Mm-hmm. So I like tried to hobble it, which is like a way of like bracing the legs together so she can stand and like hop.
Yeah.
And that didn't work. And then like upon like reading more and stuff, I'm pretty sure she had like a tendon issue, and it was just like I knew that she probably wouldn't make it. It was like nothing I could really do. Is it
just because she didn't make it because she couldn't eat? Like get to the food and eat?
Probably, but I kept like putting food by her or like taking her to the food, but I don't know. She just like, I don't know. It was kind of sad, but not the best part. The funny part is this is where my mom comes into play.
Oh, yes.
So I told her, I put her back for the night. I had tried to give her some food and water, and I was like, I don't think she'll make it. I'll check on her in the morning. And so my mom's like, okay. So 10 a.m. the next morning, I message her, and I'm like, how are they doing? And she said, I pulled the dead one out. I was like, oh, she died. She goes, yeah. I wrapped her in a paper towel. She's sitting on the kitchen counter if you want to see her again. I said, what? She goes, yeah, I left her on the counter for you to look at her again. And I was like, I don't need to. Put her in a bag and dispose of her. Why do you have her sitting on the counter?
I was like, is she trying to make, what is she trying to do with the chicken? Little trick.
She goes, well, I just know that you spent so much time trying to take care of her. And I was like, yeah, but it's a circle of life. That's the way it is. That's why we got so many chickens, knowing that not all of them were going to make it. She just had it sitting on the counter for me to say goodbye to.
So did you take care of it?
No, she did.
Oh.
I was like, Mom, get rid of that chicken.
So she's home and she just put it on the counter in the kitchen. No big deal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm like, what are you doing?
Your parents have dogs?
No.
Okay, well.
They have a cat.
Well, I'm surprised the cat didn't try to get it.
Yeah. They have an indoor cat. His name is Whiskey Pete.
Okay. Whiskey Pete. I like that.
He was my sister. She rescued him, and they stayed there while they were renovating their new house they purchased. Mm-hmm. And when they went to leave, they were like, Whiskey loves it here. He loves my parents, so they left him. And it's perfect. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's so fat.
Is he trying to get to chickens at all?
Yeah.
Oh, he wants the chicks.
I have to keep that door shut. Like when I go in and out, they're like, "Cat's coming."
Should call them Dixie chicks.
Dixie chicks.
Like
The Dixie
Dixie
chicks.
chicks room.
It's like my dad's coin room because he collects coins and stuff.
Mm.
And so he's like, "I'd like my coin room back." I was like, "Well,
We might say this a
they just
lot,
can't
but
go
like,
outside."
shout out to your parents because they're gonna be a highlight in this
They
podcast.
bring the comedy.
I will have stories whenever Cynthia visits me.
Oh, Cynthia.
Yes, my mother is fun.
Yeah.
She's funny.
Yeah. It was fun to be out there while she was there when we were out last.
Yeah.
Because I never really hung out with you with your mom
No.
growing up. I didn't really know your mom growing up very much.
Yeah, because technically when we were friends, it was more like because of my like dad and my stepmom.
Yeah.
Because my stepmom went to
Yeah.
North Liberty first.
Did she?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
That makes
when
sense.
her and my dad got together, then we started going to North Liberty.
Gotcha. Shout out North Liberty.
We're always shouting out.
Shout out. Shout out the Chicky Chicks.
Chicky chick.
So I have some names.
Mm-hmm.
Andarna. I did name one Theodora.
There you go.
I call her Teddy. There's one that I think is a perfect Sigale. Midnight Died. A Penny.
Aw.
And that's about it so far. But
I'm sure I got.
trying to keep with book names.
Yeah, I'm sure I have some book names.
Yeah.
You should do Clement. You should definitely do Clementine for one.
Clementine. What was that from?
From Done and Dusted, the Rebel
Is
series.
that her name?
Yeah, it's Clementine, but they call her Emmy.
That's okay. I was like, wait a minute. It was Luke and Emmy, right?
Yeah, but her real name's Clementine.
Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. You know that song?
Yeah. I just wanted to hear
My
you sing it.
grandma used-
Emily
My
can sing, everybody.
grandma used to sing that one all the time.
Oh.
And how much is that doggy in the window? She liked that one.
I don't know if I know that one.
Yeah, you do. You just want me to sing it.
I really don't.
How much is that doggy in the window?
Yeah.
How much is that doggy in the window? Woof, woof. The one with the waggly tail.
I don't know it.
That's all I remember from it.
Yeah, I don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Although she, like, we used to ride around in her car and she'd put cassette tapes in her cassette tape player in her car.
Mm-hmm.
Her old, like, Ford Taurus. And they'd be, like, old Christian kid songs. I am a C. I am a CH. Yeah.
I am a.
And we'd drive around and look at the cows.
Harrison's in the nursery at church. They play that, but it's obviously like on the TV. It's like little bunnies and foxes and stuff. But it just cracks me up
Aww.
because a lot of the songs he like listens to is like stuff I know from camp.
Oh, that's fun.
I know.
Yeah, that's how I knew some of those old songs from my grandmother and her cassette tapes.
I just think about all the songs that we would sing when we were going up the steps back to our cabin.
Oh, man. Going on a lion hunt.
Going on a lot. That's exactly the one I was thinking in.
I was trying to think of the right word. And going back to the huts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Yeah.
The huts are a good time.
Mm-hmm. They trusted all the junior faculty out there by themselves.
I do not know what they were thinking.
That we were trustworthy semi-adults.
The year we were in the huts, was that the same year that John had a broken foot and they let him have a golf cart and we would go off-roading? Like, we'd get past where they couldn't see us and then we'd all pile on.
Yep.
I think that was the same year they all got chiggers really bad and we had nail polish. So the boys had like pink and purple dots all over their legs from the chiggers.
I It's also, unfortunately, the year that I lost my childhood dog, Yoshi.
Yoshi?
Yeah. So,
I'm laughing, but just because of that, like the way it went down, you got like this phone call.
yeah. It was like pouring rain
Was
outside,
it,
and I was outside under that pavilion.
and like, weren't you, I think you were crying or something, and John was like, what happened? Your dog died? And you were like, she did.
Yeah.
Or
He did, yeah.
he did.
Yep.
Oh,
Memories.
how often, that's so funny. Oh, man. Camp is a good time.
Yes, it was.
You have to come out again
I know, I miss
and see
it.
camp. A lot has changed.
It looks like it.
Well, they got like nice cabins
I
now.
know, we had to go through the trenches with those showers. I was terrified of those showers as a kid. Like when they'd be like, "All right, your
Dude,
shower time." I'm like, Ugh. Actually,
no wonder
I don't
no,
want a shower. Never mind.
no wonder none of the kids wanted to shower all week and they smelled.
Oh my gosh, the bathrooms like creeped me out when we were kids.
So they still, the
I
girls'
think I have
side is
PTSD.
still like
I
that.
think I have PTSD. No, they've gotten better since we were kids. They redid them since
No, no,
then.
no. No, no, no. The girls' side on the right, the three,
Yeah,
those haven't been redone yet.
but they've been redone since we were kids, like the bathrooms. I know the showers have
No,
been.
they haven't.
I know they've been redone.
No, they haven't.
No, because when they were dingy and like scary. I was gonna say like
They
moldy.
still are. They still are.
No.
The only thing they've changed in that are the bunk beds are now wooden,
Okay, that's
and they
nicer.
have AC window units.
Okay, that's nicer.
They redid the boys because there were only two of them, and it was really expensive to redo, but also because the girls' cabins were already winterized. So by doing the boys first, that opened up 5 cabins to rent out during the winter
Mm.
instead of like 3. So the plan is to do the girls. So right now, like when junior high, when our week
Hmm.
goes, they've been flip flopping every other year. We switch who has what side.
Really?
Yeah.
That's different.
So we're like, are we in the girls' cabin or the nice cabins or not
Yeah,
this year?
that's different. I guess it
But
also depends, like how much in attendance or what,
yeah,
which which side.
well, it's interesting because it's like in the main part of the cabin is all bunks, and then you walk through another door, and then it's like a whole row of sinks, and you go back, there's a row of toilets and showers. So it's like separate from, so it's
Interesting.
carpeted. Like the cabin part is carpeted,
I don't know how I feel about that.
but not in the bathroom.
I know, but I don't know how I feel about that.
It's better than walking around on concrete and sitting on your bed and going rubbing your feet dry from all
I mean,
the
but still, like,
sand.
imagine what's in the carpet.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I'm not a carpet like in the house fan,
Yeah.
but I think that's because I have huskies. So
Yeah, I have a corgi, and so I'm always amazed when I vacuum and sweep. I'm like, how? I just did this.
yeah, I vacuum every day.
How do I?
Every day.
It's insane.
It really is.
Well, that was fun to chat about camp.
Oh, knocking it down.
Oop.
There we go.
Um, what else do you want to talk about? I
Book.
have a list of things we discussed. What book? Okay. So you finished the Rebel Blue
I
series.
did. I ate it up. I loved it.
You ate it up.
I but I
Weren't they
but I
good?
like little romance stories like that. That's what I want.
Yeah. Okay, so just putting it out there. Nothing on here will be spoiler because
Yeah.
it's a romance story. You know they're going to get together in the end.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a spoiler, but we're just going to like discuss a little bit about the Rebel Blue series
Yeah.
and then
We're not talking about tragic
some other
romance.
favorite books. No. But they
Yeah.
were really cute and like
I love that.
they were really cute
They were.
and
There's
I liked the characters.
mhm. I like that I think you've talked about this before. I like that it's like a family, but it's also like
Hmm.
small town. It's Meadowlark, Wyoming. Can you imagine living in Wyoming? Like, but when I
I've
picture,
never been there.
me either, but when I picture it, I'm thinking of Yellowstone immediately, like the show
Yeah.
Yellowstone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We watch that, so I like the mountains in the background, like that. I just can't imagine
Yeah.
waking
We
up.
watch it too.
But the first one was what? The first one was Done and Dusted. The second one was, ooh
I
yeah,
should say that these are by Lyla Sage.
Lyla Sage.
And she's so cute. I just started following her the other day on Instagram. I'm like, I didn't realize I wasn't following her as an author.
The second is Swift
And
and
she's,
Saddled. Swaddled.
yeah, I don't have that
You
one.
don't have that one? Oh,
So Justin got me some for Christmas and he got me these two.
ah. And then the
And
third
every time I'm in the
is Lost and
store,
Lassoed.
yeah, every time I'm in the store, I can't remember which one I need.
Mm, I got you. You need help.
So I only have the two, but the next is Wild and Wrangled.
Wrangled.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Yeah, and you know what? I wrote it down. She came out with the first one in June of 2023. And the next one was
Oh, the
March of 24. The third one was November of 24, and then the fourth one comes out in April of 25. So she's like cranking these out.
yeah.
I think it
Well,
helps
they're
that
not like super
they're
long.
not long, but I think it also helps, like we've said, they're like in a circle of family and friends.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
about
there's like
they're basically
350
about the writer
pages.
family.
Yeah, I love that. I love when you have like a circle of friends or family and you get all of the stories
Hmm.
in different books.
They each get their
Because
love
then you like
story.
it's another way to like grow within the story
Hmm.
and like learn more about the character, fall in love with the character, yada yada yada.
Yeah, the first one is about Clementine Ryder and Luke Brooks. Love them. The
But they
second
call her Emmy.
Emmy. Clementine. I just like that. That's so cute. It's so country.
I do. It is. It's really cute.
And the second one's about Weston or Wes Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
A city girl meets a country boy. How cute.
Let me see. It was Swift and Saddled.
Mm-hmm.
Ada Hart.
Ada Hart. That's right. Okay, second one's about Ada
So that
Hart.
one's Wes and Ada.
Mm-hmm. And then the third one is by far, like you said, the best one. Teddy,
Yeah.
Teddy Anderson, aka Theodora, and then August
She
Ryder.
she was so comical
Mm-hmm. She was funny.
and like relatable and real.
I like when they were doing, you know, things, and he would be like, "Shut up!" Like he was still so like they could still be so like mean to each other.
Yeah. I liked that. Like they like had this false sense of hating and picking on each
Yeah,
other.
I felt like that's how Luke and Clementine were, but not to the extent of Teddy and Gus.
Gus was the only one who had a kid.
Hmm.
So you have the single dad trope
Yeah,
in that one. A little forced proximity in that one.
yeah,
But I thought it was really cute, like her relationship with his daughter as well growing
hmm,
and how much she loved her.
yeah. Yeah, you said prox. They were forced basically together because she needed a job and he
Yeah.
needed a babysitter.
Yeah. I thought it was really sweet how much she fell for his daughter. And she's like you hear about her throughout the books,
Hmm. That's what I like about it.
which is
Like
cute.
you learn about the other characters through the other books, even though they get their
Yeah,
big.
you get to
You
know.
get to know their big romance, but then you get to know them as the side characters in the other books.
And like what new is in their life? Are they like engaged and planning a wedding or
Hmm.
whatever? Like I always like that in a story.
Yeah. And then the fourth one will be about
Um
Gus's baby mama, which they
yeah.
really didn't explain that situation. I guess it was more of like a fling and then.
I think it was like a quick fling and they just like parted amicably and just raised her together.
like
So she's doing like a tour and like signing, and the closest one to me is in Cincinnati. And I'm like really I'm like, I want to go.
I wish I could go with you.
It's like 3.5 hours from me.
Yeah.
So it'd be like a go for a night and come back the next day, but I don't know. I need you to live closer so we can go to those things.
I know. I don't even know if she's coming anywhere near me. I don't think so.
I looked and she wasn't.
I was to say, I thought I saw it was only
Like Tennessee and stuff.
It's only like 6 places.
Yeah, California, Tennessee, I don't remember, Ohio. That's kind of a bummer, but
Let's see, book tour, New York, Texas, Colorado. Yeah, a lot of Texas. She must, I mean, makes sense. She's not going to Wyoming? Lyla.
I like her name.
I know, me too. Cute.
I think she's kind of young, too. She looked really young.
Universal TV acquires rights to Rebel Ranch romance book series. Everything is getting turned into...
It's getting a show?
Yeah. Rebel Bullet.
Rebel Bullet. When did that come out?
March of 2024.
So we're a year behind on that news.
No one wake me up from this dream, but seriously, this doesn't feel real, and I don't know if it ever will. Oh, here we go. The world's best publishing team, and now Universal and Hopetown Entertainment, to take it from page to screen. There are so many wonderful people behind the scenes who have helped make this happen. So that's pretty awesome.
Is it going to be a movie or show?
TV acquires rights.
I would.
So it sounds like a show almost.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's what I would think.
I look forward to more news on that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Last book comes out in April, and then it's going to be a TV show. Everything's turning into a movie or TV show these days.
Everything. I saw Quicksilver is going to Netflix. Is that what it was?
I think so.
Unless it's fake news.
No, it's going to be a movie. No, the author put it up.
Really?
I think it's going to be a movie.
Really? Interesting.
Sometimes it's hard to do movies, I feel like, of like longer books.
Yeah. You're like constrained a little bit.
Yeah, I think I've talked about this in another podcast maybe already, but A Good Girl's Guide to Murder it became a TV show, and it's a really good book series.
Okay, so let's talk just some of our favorite books of all time. No. We need an update.
Okay, update.
We need an update on Ben.
Okay, so I think I said some of the things he said last, but Benjamin is done with Fourth Wing. He listened to it in a week. He just said to me today, since my parents have been here, he was like, I haven't been able to listen to Iron Flame, and I'm fiending for it. So
he gonna start it this week?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure he went to the gym today. I'm surprised he actually didn't put it on and listen to it. Okay, I told you he finished it, and then you asked me, what did Ben think about Dane and what he did with his powers to Violet?
Yeah.
And Ben wrote back, POS. I knew it as soon as they said it. I would have killed him. LOL. He went a little bit more into detail after I sent you what he said to me, and I was like, okay.
I am just so excited for you, because just imagine in like 2 years when the show's out, like you guys are cuddled up on the couch watching this together.
Yeah.
How awesome.
I know.
That's going to be so fun.
And I'm excited for him to read Iron Flame. He is obviously asking me a lot. Like, he's not asking me questions. He's like, this is what I think is going to happen. And I have to sit there with the like,
Well, because once you read Fourth Wing, you get to a point where you can't say anything.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say anything because it'll ruin Iron Flame.
Yeah. You get some questions.
Until you finish Iron Flame, you're like,
In Iron Flame, you get some questions answered from Fourth Wing. And then
You're left with a lot
you're
more.
left with a lot. And then in Iron Flame, you get some questions answered in Onyx Storm, but then you're left with more questions. So,
Yeah.
okay, after he wrote, I would have killed him, I wrote, tell me how you really feel. And he said, that was dirty of him, then set them up to get killed. And bro, you just gotta go. And I said, yeah, F Dane. And he said, should have been dead Dane. So, and then
Does he
he sent me a picture. He was already listening to Iron Flame.
there you go. I think that's so funny. I'm wondering like if he dislikes Jack or Dane more right now. Cuz
Well,
Jack was always just bad.
yeah.
Okay? You didn't like him to begin with. Dane betrayed.
We
So
definitely
it's like
have to
which
put
one.
spoilers on this because it's hard not to say anything unless,
Oh yeah.
but especially about this part. But
Yeah.
he definitely is like 100% Jack's dead. So I have to like,
I can't wait to see.
yeah, he did. Okay, so I went back on our messages and he said, my heart is racing. I have an hour and 27 minutes left. I said, you doing okay? I said, oh gosh. And I texted him later on. I said, you doing okay? He said, I'm stressed. I said, welcome to the fourth wing world. He said, and then he texted me later on. He said, damn. And I said, Liam? He said, yeah. And I put, it's been my honor.
Did he cry?
And he said, goodness, I didn't think I would get so teary eyed.
Oh.
And I told him I wouldn't say that. But
Tell him to not listen to that one.
my man, I don't think he's listening to any of them. I don't think
I don't think Justin has either.
my man's a little softy inside. So he never used to be.
Yeah.
I think it's just becoming with old age. He
Yeah.
said, oh, and then he finished it. And he said, WTF, I'm in shock. And I said, the end? And he said, yeah, I'm speechless. He said, I never would have expected that. And then I said, I've been waiting for you to get to that. And he said, I don't even know what to say. The last hour of the book was just a roller coaster. I said, 5 out of 5. And he said, worth every minute. And he said, I couldn't imagine having to wait for
Oh.
these next books. So I said, well, don't worry, you're
I
going to
know
be
he's
there soon.
yeah, cuz he'll catch up and then he'll be like,
He said he might
"What?"
not listen to Onyx Storm until the graphic audio comes out.
Which I think is in April and then May.
It is. It's like I looked it up for him. I think it was like I think it's May 5th.
Yeah. I want to listen to the I can't wait for I will listen to the graphic audio.
I think I need to go back and listen to Onyx Storm. I know we've talked about that, but I feel like
Yeah.
I blew through
Well,
it. And like when I see people's things on the internet, I'm like, did I even read it?
yeah. Well, Paige has been reading, well, she's been listening to Onyx Storm. She was like, I really enjoy the graphic novel. Like, she's like, I just driving along listening to it, and it's so good. Um, so then she was asking about the graphic for Onyx Storm, and I was like, it's not out yet. But the regular audio is pretty good, too.
Yeah, if you're a graphic audio person, I get that it's hard to go back because you only have one voice. But
Yeah.
if you want to listen to it, that's your option. Currently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, man.
that's my Benjamin Fourth Wing update. Now I'll give you Iron Flame updates as we roll. He also
I,
thinks that I have to say it quietly because I don't know if he can hear me. He thinks that Mira is like in on like she knows everything.
I don't see that, but
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Well, we know that she doesn't know about Benin or anything like
Yeah.
that. So and he thinks that she does.
Shouldn't believe. Yeah.
So he like that's his biggest conspiracy apparently right now.
Oh, this is great.
You know.
Oh, okay. So, what have you been reading other than Rebel Blue? Like, what are you currently reading? Looking forward to read?
I'm currently listening to First Time Caller. It's slow. It's slow, so I'm still invested though. I like it, but it's going slow. But I
Are you
also
talking about
need
like the burn or like
just like getting
slow to
like
get hooked?
yeah, so slow to get hooked for me. So
Yeah. It took a minute, but it was really cute.
I think I'm on like chapter 6 with
Oh,
my
yeah,
dad.
you're still.
With my dad being in town, it's kind of throw me for a loop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then I need to actually sit down and read. I have it on my Kindle as The Wrath of Love, so that we can have Vanessa
I'm
on
so
the podcast.
I'm so excited for you to read that one. It is
Apparently, it's Greek
good.
mythology, right?
It's a retelling.
Okay.
She turns like she takes the characters and you've got like the Olympus syndicate, but she turns them all into like drug dealers and mafia
Okay.
and love stories. And
That's good.
yeah. Yeah.
I know. I know.
And
I
next
need to
is
have time to sit down and read it.
it's really good. I enjoyed it a
I can
lot.
tell by your
I
face.
might like I kind of want to reread it.
Get you.
I just remember being blown away.
Okay. It's there.
So,
That's on my list.
okay.
What about you?
Let's see. I just finished. Well, I finished first time caller, and then I did the Unhoneymooners.
Mm-hmm. What did you think about it?
So funny. I love that.
Yeah.
Like when I texted you how much I loved it, I think it was when they were paintballing
It's such a good book.
and the kids, like the snippy kids at him, and he was like, "You're not an adult. If your mommy drove you here, you're not an adult." It was so funny. So that one was hilarious. Like you guys, 10 out of 10 recommend.
Mm-hmm.
After that one, I read
The one behind you.
Deep End. I listened to on Libby. My library had it. I checked one day, they didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
They only had it in German. Checked the next day, or Swedish maybe it was, I don't know. Checked the next day, and it was suddenly there, and there was no wait, and I snatched that bad boy up. So I started that yesterday, and I finished that this morning, and it was really good.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4. It was definitely a certain flavor of spice.
Certain flavor.
It was very
Hot and chili pepper.
kinky. Yeah. Yeah, it was very, but I liked the audio because you had the guy's voice and the girls, and he had the heavy Swedish accent, which was good. But it was really good.
And what are you going on to now?
I have been listening to Flock,
Oh yeah.
and that is the Ravenhood series, and took me a minute to get into it, but I think I am hooked now.
Okay.
I have like it's a trilogy, and right now I have like 6 hours left.
I saw Chelsea put that up, I think not too long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, she messaged me and was like, "I'm so glad you're reading it." It's by Kate Stewart. Yeah, I have like 5 or 6 hours left. I'm halfway done, and then it's Exodus, and then it's the finish line.
Okay.
So it's
I
pretty good.
is that what you're listening to when I got on the podcast?
Yeah, it's spicy, but
Yeah, okay, guys, she was listening to it at 3 speed. When I got on here, I heard nothing but gibberish.
it was 1.75.
That's what I heard.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, the Ravenhood series is good so far.
I feel like I have added so many books to my TBR, and then you'll text me and be like, I got this book. Emily and I share libraries, so on Libby. So, hey, I would say when I get books, I'll leave them for her, but it's always the opposite. So,
Yeah, which has been smart. Like I've just like I borrowed a first time caller and I left it for you because I finished it in like 2 days.
yeah.
And so I'm like, I'll just leave it on there for you.
I've been seeing this a lot, the Magnolia Parks books. I gotta add that to my TBR.
Okay.
I don't know what they're about, but I see them all over my Goodreads.
Yeah, there's so many like books that I want to read, but then like cutting down to like, do I really want to read it kind of thing. And sometimes like I started Flock before I rented Deep End, and I had listened to like 2 hours of Flock, and I was still like trying to get into it, and then I
Hmm.
was like, oh, Deep End, let me try that. I just wasn't like ready for Flock. But now that I read a fun, lighthearted romance,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, now I'll take this like serious romance,
That's
like what's
like,
going on.
I think I had to step away from the fantasy world to go into, I had to go back into the romance for a little bit. That's just how I
Yeah.
navigate.
Yeah. Um,
Did you also know that on Goodreads, if you don't like, so like Binding 13, I read last year. I've seen that people have been putting it
uh-huh.
up and stuff, but you can go on there and change like the cover. You know, like when the Goodreads sometimes, like the Binding 13 cover that shows up for Goodreads is like a shirtless guy and a girl like holding each other. But then you
Like
could,
more discreet.
but then you can go in there and get like a better like, because like sometimes you put on your Goodreads for and people see to read that and they're like, oh, the cover, that's might not be
Yeah.
their thing because of the way it looks. So
Yeah, they do like a discreet cover
yeah.
that's more like simple and not like,
Yeah, you can change the edition because sometimes they, kind
yeah.
of like that deep end book. I'm sure they got different editions, maybe.
I don't know. I thought it was actually pretty cute. I love the like water droplets.
Yeah,
It was good.
off the deep end.
Um, I liked it. I thought it was really good. Um,
I have a special guest next to me, but I can't show you her.
is it Callie?
It is. She wants some
All
pet.
right, so tell me some of your favorite books that you've ever read.
Oh, the one thing I didn't write down. I mean,
That's okay.
obviously off the top of my head, and I think I might have to go purchase this book, is Nightingale
Yeah.
by Kristen Hanna. I don't know what it is about that book, but I think I liked learning, and we've talked about this in other podcasts, but I just liked learning the history, even though it was fiction,
Right.
because that stuff truly happened, and it was
Yeah.
heartbreaking to see like where the sisters went together and like their separate roads through that journey. And I don't know, I just truly enjoyed that book. Um,
They have a beautiful 10-year anniversary edition out right now.
mhm.
It's beautiful. I almost got it, but I ended up getting Deep End. But I might go back and get it.
Obviously, I don't know. I like so many books. It's so hard for me to.
Yeah. Well,
Obviously,
The
the
Nightingale,
Fourth Wing. I mean,
yeah.
can't go wrong.
That one's like a given. The Nightingale was on my list, and I actually even one on my list is a romance that you've got to read.
Really?
It's by Lauren Asher. She has the
Oh,
Dirty Air series, and there's 4 books. There's Throttled, Collided, Wrecked, and Redeemed, and this one is my favorite. It
yeah.
was so good. It absolutely wrecked me. Like I was sobbing, and it took me days to recover from the love that this book had.
Hmm.
Um, but this was definitely one of my favorites.
I was trying to go look at my Goodreads and be like, what did I like? I mean, I feel like there's a lot of books that I like ate up and just loved it. I have
Well, are there like,
so many fives on here.
are there any that you're like, oh, this was a good book? If somebody like mentioned it to you or like asked you for like a go-to great book, that's kind of like what I was thinking. I put Quicksilver down. I do
Really?
think it was really good.
I
I
think
liked it.
I think now that I've read them, I would recommend the Rebel Blue series. Especially,
Yeah.
yes, you can read them out of order if you want. I think you did.
Yeah.
I don't think you read them in order like I did.
No, I read the third first.
Yeah, so Lost and Lassoed. I mean, definitely, I would recommend that one. But I'd
Yeah.
recommend the whole series.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good series. Yeah, that series and the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher are some that I recommend. Um,
I had a friend that texted
I,
me and said that we need to talk about her, but you haven't read any of her books. I do like Emily Henry.
Emily Hent. Okay, so I actually was gonna look around and find one or two of hers to read after the Ravenhood series,
Yeah.
or if I need a break in between.
hmm
So the
I
Spell Shop was cute.
hmm
That
I
one I recommend.
The Spell Shop.
Yeah, like I even told my niece that because there wasn't any spice in it. It was really unique magic system. It involved like her with the talking plant. Like it was so cute.
hmm
Um and so that one was a good read. I think that there's another one coming out. I'm not sure, but I read that around like October last year. But it was super cute.
A girl that I know from back home, I just happened to see she put a thing on Facebook that said she finished Fourth Wing, and
Oh,
she said, "I literally cannot handle how amazing this was. Read it now, even if you don't think you'll like it. Absolutely obsessed." And I feel like a lot of people, because I was told to read it, and I was like, like I don't know. It's like I'm not a fantasy person, but that's a good
yeah.
book to get you into the fantasy world. Plus, the obviously Harry Potter. I mean, you can't go wrong with Harry Potter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were so good. Man.
I have read
Um
all of Colleen Hoover's books. That was after I read Harry Potter. That series, like her books, were like what made me get more into books.
mhm.
But Colleen Hoover is a controversy right now.
I
I do
haven't
like
ever
her.
read any of
I
hers.
do like reminders of him. If I would recommend like a book by her.
Okay. Let's see what else. I put down the Spark of the Everflame series.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's really good.
I just got a credit on Audible, and I don't think that book is on anything except there. I looked on
I
Hoopla, and then since we share
It's
libraries, I
on
looked
Kindle Unlimited.
to read.
I don't think
I
is it an Audible limited? Audible only?
I didn't see it on Hoopla. I didn't see it as audio on Kindle, and I didn't see
Only on Audible.
yeah,
It says only on Audible.
yeah, and I didn't see it on library. So I'm gonna probably use my
Yeah.
credit to get that.
I have the second one and I can give you my login, so don't buy the second one on it.
Well, yeah, I'll only get two more credit. I got one credit, and then I'll get another before I cancel because I did the 99-cent deal.
Gotta get that freebie.
The 99 cents for three
Um,
months.
gosh.
Anything to get a
So
book.
yeah, I thought that was a really good series.
Yeah.
It was really good. The other one I wrote down was The Serpent and the Wings of Night. It is a more sophisticated writing. It was really beautifully done. It is vampires.
Is it?
So that was different for me, but I really did like it. I felt smart reading it because you could just tell, like, in her writing, how sophisticated everything seemed and felt and read, if that makes
I
sense.
thought maybe I had that, but I don't.
Carissa Broadbent. I think I told you I had read it like in November or something. And then the third one just came out. But they've got like a little insert series. I think it's like 1.5 is what they call it. So it's like a smaller story from it, and it's Scorches of Six Roses or whatever it is.
hmm
Six Scorched Roses you might have seen around recently. Um but yeah, it's just like another little side story from the series. But yeah, it's vampires. Lots of vampires.
I mean, have I? I guess the only thing I've read that had like vampires in it is Quicksilver.
Yeah, I
But
forgot that that was vampires too.
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, this was like It was actually really good because you have like a challenges and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a fight to your death, one ultimate winner kind of situation. And she's a human,
Okay.
but her father is a vampire. He took her in as a little kid and trained her how to kill vampires, which sounds weird, but he wanted her to be able to protect herself.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes into this game against vampires and one ultimate winner. So it was really good. The challenges were really cool and unique, and there's a love story in there. There's
Always.
also betrayal.
Uh-oh.
So,
Always betrayal.
Yeah. So those are some of my favorites.
I was gonna say the Moms podcast. You know, they put up the other day like,
Yeah.
what's your favorite book, or what book made you? What was, I forget what it was, what the question was, but you put
Oh,
Wrecked.
yeah.
Well, someone put Fault in the Stars. Oh,
Oh, I think it was like something about crying.
oh
Is he up?
no, I was
Oh.
crying thinking about that book.
Oh,
Have you
Fault
ever
in the
read that?
Stars.
Have you ever read that?
I saw the movie, and on the way home, Justin asked me if I was okay because I could not stop crying.
Oh yeah, The Fault in Our Stars. Actually, Cassie and I read it together, like, you know,
I
sat
don't
side
think
by
I read
side,
it.
and then went and saw the movie when it came out, and I cried as much as in this movie as I did for the book.
Yeah.
It was literally
If
like
you want a
they took it from everything from the book and did a great job in the movie with it. So
Yeah. If you want a good cry like that, I recommend Wrecked. Do it on audio because you get dual POV and Jax has his British accent and it's fabulous.
you recommend it.
I recommend it. Wrecked amend it.
There you go.
It's so good. I think I want to re-listen to it. They were all good. That one particularly just struck so hard.
Yeah.
Their love. It's a true, yeah. Oh,
I have
can't
it.
say anything.
I have it on my TBR, I think.
Well, I'm glad you have that on your TBR because Wrecked is like one of my all-time favorites.
Did it wreck you?
It wrecked me. It was so good. So
Well, I'll add it and see if it'll wreck me.
it's a good audio. I'll just put it in the Libby app and leave it there for you. Eventually.
Yep. Sounds like
To
a
your
plan.
ever-growing TBR.
There's a lot of audios on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. All right. Well, I think that's all we have for today. We'll be back next week and chit chat. So,
All right.
be
I'll see
sure
you next
to
week.
like, follow. Yeah. Like, follow, subscribe, leave a review if you have the chance. And you can follow us on Instagram at the Stacking Spines Podcast. And we have more stuff that we post on there. So, bye.
Bye.